Surely that's a big one.
I thought you told me that your eyes were no good. I think this is 6, because if it hits those advertising hoardings on the full, then that means it's a maximum. Umpire's looking for one more look at it. You can understand, but I think it's 6.
Yeah, I said to you that they were looking to get it a bit more aggressive more frequently, and that I was saying that with them going at 10 and over already, but they've done it so easily that who knows what they can score at. Here we go. This will give us a better eagle eye.
Yeah, 6 for all money for me. Call it off. Straight into the advertising cushions. Yeah, I think it's hit it on the full. Also, you think about competitions like this, just great exposure for those local umpires in terms of getting to do this third umpire role. So trying to make use of the technology. It's in a shadow, so it's a difficult one to call, but you and I certainly think it's hit on the full. The man in the hot seat is the local umpire. He's up in the third umpire's box. That's Vinay Kumar Jha. He's just trying to make sure. The crowd getting a bit restless, aren't they? They want more action.
This could work in the favour of the Yaks here. A little bit of a breather. Yeah, I thought it hit it on the full. And what we see afterwards on that sort of, when it's been magnified, is that it hits it on the full and then comes back down off it and hits the ground, rather than the ground first.
Well, still we wait. Whatever. Oh, he's going to be given us 4. Not overly sure about that one. Daniel Sam might have been robbed of a couple.
Hope they don't lose by 2.
Oh, glorious. Absolutely glorious, that is. And it is going to be 4. Gulshan Jha came across from long on, tried to cut it off. Back-to-back boundaries. Anil Shah, oh, he's looking $1 million.
Sampal Kami dished it out with a bat, but now he's getting a little bit of his own medicine. As good a cricket shot as you're going to see. There is a long on in place, but he had no chance. That's how well it was timed.
Not quite ready. Sampal Kami, I think he actually lost his towel that was out of the back of his trousers just halfway through the run-up. So Anil Shah pulling out and Sampal Kami having no problem with that. It's a great story, Anil Shah, because he played quite a bit for Nepal 6-7 years ago as a youngster. I think he was 19 or 20. Couldn't get a run, couldn't get back into the team.
Mikhail. Yeah, it's been a terrific opening partnership, the best of the tournament so far. And one of the features has been this running between the wickets. They understand each other really well. Zishan Maqsood from Oman, 73 T20 Is. Best of 4 for 7 against Netherlands. Very experienced campaigner. Another of those left-arm spinners who are having a great run in this tournament.
Yeah, he's a very fine all-rounder. He can win you games on his day with bat and ball. Zishan Maqsood carries with him great reputation of carnage with the bat and wickets with the ball. Expect him to just come in handy over here in these situations. He'll take the pace of the game by slowing it down. He's up against two batters who are seeing the ball really well right now, Sri.
Been a terrific partnership. Almost 55 now, 2 balls to go in power play. Got their work cut out. Have the Yaks. Score of 140 was only possible because of those last 2 overs. They got 40 runs in those last 2 overs thanks to Arjun and Sompal Kami. Terrific over. Just 2 runs of it so far. Last ball of the power play coming up. Can Zishan close it out? Still, the power play belongs to Janakpur bowls. 55 without loss now.
Oh, yes. They've called the shots, they've dominated, and they've made it their own. The first 6 belongs to Janakpur bowls in this chase. 56 for no loss.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै है
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
The Yaks were struggling at this point in time. In fact, matters got worse after this phase of the first 6 overs. Janakpur bowls have shown no signs of crack in that batting order. Missed out both these openers in that first encounter. And still they went on to win by 8 wickets with number 3 and number 4 coming good for them in Lahiru Milanta and Harsh Thakur. Today, the senior pros and Anil and Asif saying we'll turn it around. See how important it is for batters to find form in a format and competition like this. Equally, how important it is for batters to reinvent themselves in this format.
Yeah, so very important, especially in a tournament like this where matches are coming thick and fast. You need to get into form and you need to carry that form and run. Gulshan Jha, one of the most sought after all-rounders of Nepal. Just 18 years of age, but he's already played 338 T20 Is. Scored a lovely 38 with the bat. His turn now with the ball to bowl to his compatriot Asif. Hasn't bowled in power play. It's been brought in straight after power play. Gulshan Jha, very promising young cricketer and one to watch out for in this whole tournament. Terrific batter, good striker of the ball, can hit big sixes and more than handy medium pacer. Run rate required is just 6.14 for the Janakpur bowls. They need wickets here to the Yaks, and who better than Gulshan Jha to try and provide that.
And that one came in. Yeah, that's the key and that's the order of play here for the Yaks. They've been playing catch-up in this game so far. Initially with the bat, where we saw a late flourish in the last 2 overs. That brought them back into the game, and now in this chase, they've been under the cosh with both the openers going after the bowling, hitting 6 fours and 2 sixes in the first 6 overs.
A good last over of power play. Just 3 runs conceded by Zishan. Can Gulshan follow this up?
Cut away. That's in the gap as well. It'll be cut off in the deep. Very good fielding. The fielder had to get around it. Does well to keep it to 2. It did have some pace on the way to the ropes. Nandan Yadav with that fielding effort.
Yeah, good shot. Purposely placed it behind point. Nandan Yadav had quite a bit of ground to cover. Did well. Restricted the scoring to 2. This partnership is just going from strength to strength. 82 now required in 81 balls. 60 runs already added. They had a century partnership in the last game that they played.
Picks it early, fine up in the circle, 4 runs from the bat of Asif. You stray in line, you'll be punished. Everything going one way, and that's the Janakpur Bolts way.
They're doing it with ease here. Both batsmen complementing each other. This time it's Asif. Education kits for school children for every 4 that is scored. Powered by NCell Foundation. Really good gesture. Grassroots level cricket so very important in Nepal, and NCell are doing a great service by providing those education kits for school children. Education apart from cricket, so very important.
Great initiative. More the foes, better it is. Right now this partnership was 64. Nicely done. Just using the pace on this occasion. What a partnership. And both these batters missed out in the first game, and they've come back into form very well. It's a strong and deep batting lineup here for the Bolts, and trust them to have a whale of a time. The flavor of Nepal cricket, the fans.
Crowd's gone nowhere. They've supported each and every ball. They're watching stalwarts of the game like Shikhar Dhawan. What better spectacle can you have? Witnessing some very, very good cricket here.
Nine runs coming off over number 7 at 65 for no loss.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
बैंकिङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल, असली नै रोजौं।
Shikhar Dhawan did have a nice chat with him sometime back, Shri, and quite nice to see that the senior pro just going up to everybody and giving them a piece of advice during the overs. Had a quick chat with Sompal Kami as well, told him bring about a few changes in the field, and these things are so very important.
A former India captain, vastly experienced. Do well to hold on to every word that he says. Without a doubt, Yaks need all his experience now.
Yeah, it's looking very easy at the moment here for the Bolts. They've got the runs, and they have the wickets in hand as well. There's no panic mode at the moment. 76 of 77.
Zishan Maqsood really slow, taking all the pace off, asking the batsman to generate the pace. He's giving them nothing to work with. Flies is straight for Oman. 73 T20 eyes, very experienced.
Good single again. Asif pushing Anil for that first run, since the fielder was on the edge of the 30-yard circle, and they completed.
The good thing about this partnership is just 16 dot balls in 7.2 overs. Excellent batting. They've got the boundaries. They've got 7 fours and 2 sixes. But they've only consumed 16 dots as compared to 54 dots which the Yaks played.
Chipped in the air, over cover, protection in the deep. Babar Hayat with that fielding effort will keep it to 1. good to see a slip in place here. You have to attack and get wickets.
Yeah, look at that for batsmanship. That's a clear example of how to rotate strike. It was a good length delivery, but he got under the ball and chipped it beautifully over cover.
At this stage, the Yaks were 35 for 3, and look at where Janakpur bowls are on 68 for no loss. No comparison here.
As we spoke about, their last 2 overs was where the Yaks came into the game. They were going nowhere till the 18th over. And then 40 runs came of the last 2 overs. They got Harsh Thakur to bowl the 19th and they paid the price, and Jimmy Neesham, experienced Jimmy Neesham, went the distance as well in the last over. 18 runs of it.
Absolutely, Shri. 43 runs in the last 2 overs there.
Zishan's doing his best, getting a bit of spin. His 2 overs have been very good, just 7 runs coming off it. Last ball. Make that 8 of his 2 overs. 670 for no loss.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi. Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Tapai ko asli energy. Red Bull. Asli nerozon.
Neoco solar water heaters. Water purifiers. Chimneys. The gas hobs they possess your way of quality living.
Everyone enjoys the sport, and you can sense the excitement as well in the crowd, in the middle, in the com box too. Both are on our feet here, the coms. Shri?
Yeah, there's song, dance, music, festive atmosphere. It's aptly called the Festival of the Himalayas.
Oh, yes.
Wherever we go, we greeted. And if you're going with Andrew Leonard, you get recognized as well.
We get access with Andrew Leonard around. He's certainly the most loved commentators here. Lenny. A runner ball 72 from here on for Janakpur bowls. And the good thing for them is that they have 10 wickets in hand. Wow, what a start.
Bhuvan Khatri comes back. His 3rd over, none for 10 of his 2. They've got to find a wicket from somewhere. They're searching. Nandan, Bhuvan, they've used 5 bowlers, but none of them have been successful against this formidable opening partnership.
You've got to also compliment the way both these batters have batted and approached this chase. Sensible cricket, caution with aggression, took their chances early on, and now just about compiling this innings in the chase.
Terrific batting, both of them. Anil Kumar Shah and Asif.
That's a lovely hit. Just how wonderfully he accessed the gap, and that goes the distance as well. The 3rd home run here, the Siddharth Bang maximum. And look at the shot selection. Needs worthy mention of that as well.
Played with the angle, hitting to the shorter side. Was drifting down leg. He helped it along its way. Made no effort to keep it down. Got the distance. Siddhartha Bank 6, crossing ropes, creating hopes.
Once again goes deep in the crease. There's insurance in the deep in game number 1. Number 3 and number 4 came good for Janakpur bowls. And today in game number 2, number 1 and number 2 shining with the bat. Asif and Anil, 2 ways.
Partnerships have been key. They got 100-run partnership in the last game between Milanta and Harsh Thakur, and now 78. Lovely batting again. Makes it very easy on the eye. They look for the boundary to start off with, and then if it's not there, they're very good to use their hands and get off strike. Any youngsters in Nepal watching, very good exhibition of T20 batting.
Nicely bowled, Fuller this time. 9 runs coming off this over. It's 79 for no loss.
सिधै आउँछ
सिधै
डाइरेक्ट
डाइरेक्ट
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
आइएमई बाट पठाएको पैसा
सिधै मोबाइलमा
हो बाबा अब आइएमई गरेको पैसा सिधै आइएमई पेमा अर्थात् सिधै मोबाइलमा आउँछ
त्यसो भए त आइएमई गरौँ
सिधै मोबाइलमा
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsले बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
100+ partnership with Tucker, who came in at 4, and they chased down 127 with sublime ease, and 26 balls to spare as well. Raj Banshe and Tucker and Kishore were brilliant with the ball, accumulating 7 wickets between them in their 11 overs. Viratnagar Kings having an off day, and they'll be eager to bounce back as well. Bowles winning that contest by 8 wickets. Bhuvan into his final over. It's the leg spinner. This one's over covers, and they'll race away for a 4. Easy pickings, half tracker, invitation, a freebie, and Anil Kumar Saha says thank you very much.
It's probably the last throw of the dice from Sompal Khami. It's on to his leg spinner. It's a ranked half tracker to start the over. Dispatched over the cover boundary. It's got a strange action, but that was a freebie.
Yes, there's an interesting action over here. And he'll be under pressure as well. Hit for a 4 in the very first delivery. Mosam Dakal, 23 years of age, the leg spinner. How close was that, Shri?
Yeah, could have been very close. Maybe pitched outside leg. Got to wait and watch. But Mosam Dakal slowly settling down. Watch that release. It's well past perpendicular. Maybe what saved him was just pitched outside leg.
Very innocuous action there. Oh, he's gone high on this one. Got a lot of height. And he's found the fielder, and it's been pouched as well. Mosam strikes in his first over. Asif has to depart. This partnership of 84 runs for the first wicket comes to an end. A breather here for the fielding side. And this is a good break for the Karnali X.
Yeah, much deserved, much needed wicket. Dev Khanal, the catcher at long on, was hit high, but didn't get the distance. Comfortably taken in the long on boundary. Mosam Dakal gets his first wicket and he's animated. Why not? Asif Sheikh goes for 36 of 29 and the Bowls lose their first wicket, 84 for 1. We go into a drinks break as well.
Finally, some success here for the Karnali Yaks. They see the back of Asif, but what a partnership of 84 runs for the first wicket. The equation now reads 58 and 62. And we're coming to you live from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Ground. Day 2, match number 3. The bowls in action against the Karnali Yaks. Mawson getting his first over, striking in his 4th delivery as well. And out comes the player of the match from the last encounter, Lahiru Milanta. What an innings he played with the bat. 70 plus unbeaten, took his team home and played some very elegant hits in the middle. Just that the left-handers come with their fair share of elegance and class, Sri.
Yeah, they're always very pleasing on the eye, aren't they? And Milanta was very good in the last game. Very good against spin in the sense that he used his feet, hit down the ground. Was good against the short ball. He was excellent in the last game. Got a job to do now. Just come in after the fall of the first wicket, having added 84. Just 2 balls shy of the halfway mark. Still an 858 from 62. Mawson Duckle's grown in confidence. Started off the over with a rank short ball, but then he's come back really well in this over. A wicket and just 5 runs coming off it. Leg spinner so good, and he's a unique one in the sense that his release points are very much past perpendicular, and he's got the wrong one as well. He's shown that.
Tries of catch it. Milanta will get off the mark and retain strike as well for over number 11. What an over here by Mawson. 6 runs and the big wicket of Arthur Sheikh. At the halfway stage, it's 85 for 1.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई।
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Complete control here for the Janakpur Bolts, looking very, very good to make it 2 from 2 and set the early pace in this inaugural NPL. Only 2 days into the tournament, we might already have a team on 4 points at the top of the table. Here Milanta has been brought into the crease because of that dismissal of Asif Sheikh, who I thought played really nicely. Opening partnership was a very good one, worth 84, and the mystery of Mawson Duckle has brought about the breakthrough.
Just didn't quite find the middle of the bat, but he did some damage.
Helped away. And helped away for 4. Really just a case of picking the gap, wasn't it? Short and wide, and Milanta cashes in.
Well, he may have power, but he's got placement as well. He knows that if he beats the man at extra cover and that he hits it well enough, he'll have a boundary. He's starting where he left off.
Bhuvan Karki has just struggled to challenge the batters. Hasn't bowled terribly, but just probably hasn't quite got the length to a point whereby it was going to threaten the wickets the Yak so badly needed. Their bowling looks maybe a little light for me. I think it's 38, if not 39 overseas players who've come in now from 16 different countries for this inaugural MPL. And you just think of the number of local left arm spinners. Someone like Mark Watt, I was really surprised not to see him here. I think about the number of leading associate players that are here. Your Herod Erasmuses, your Zishan Maksud, your Akib Ilyases, your Harsh Thakers. Yeah, two big surprises. No Mark Watt from Scotland, but also no Bernard Schultz from Namibia. That's a great shout, HD. And the reason for that, there's just so many local left-arm spinners. That's not what the franchise owners tended to want. They wanted big, tall, fast bowlers or power hitters. That's what they were looking for.
And you can understand that. You can. I mean, you rightly point out the left-arm spinners are very, very useful. Back to a previous point that you made around a couple of wins in a row here, and already they might be, well on their way to a playoffs. I think that's the beauty about the 18 tournament, is that you're not going to get a team that sort of just wins one game and finds themselves in a playoff because it's a 5-team tournament. And the beauty of an 18 tournament is that you've got to deserve to get through to those playoff games. To end in the top 4, you're going to have to be one of the very best teams.
Yeah, I think many saw that announcement of 8 teams and said, oh, that's optimistic. Is there enough depth in local talent to justify 8 teams? But I think it makes for a much more interesting and engaging group stage. There's real jeopardy there. And there's also, if you get off to a good start, like the Bolts have, a real chance to solidify your place in the top 2. 11 bowled, 92 for 1. Talking about left-arm spinners, look at Lalit Rajbanshi. He'll be very pleased with his 2 days' work so far. Call him the premier left-arm spinner in the country, and that's a big mantle to have because you're walking in the footsteps of the likes of Shakti Gauchan and Basanta Regmi. Rajbanshi coming back from a horror injury. I think it was a cruciate of the right knee. He was out for 9 to 12 months in and around the COVID period. He's come back, and I think he's bowling better than ever. His form, coupled now with the skipper getting runs, Asif Sheikh looking good. It is very early, but they definitely look the most complete unit that we've seen. We've only seen 5 of the 8 teams. We've got 3 more to come. They'll all come in tomorrow.
We say the most complete team. We've looked at their bowling lineup, but we haven't been able to see what their depth of batting is because of their convincing win in the first game and the position they find themselves in here in their second game. If their top order gets knocked over, it'll be interesting to see how that middle to late order goes.
Very stylish again, inside out over extra, and it's 4 more. Malanta picking up from where he left off 2 days ago. He moves to double figures.
Milanta is the man in action.
Make it look so simple, but this is such a difficult cricket shot to play. The up and over extra cover. Yes, there's a boundary behind that man at extra cover, but to execute that strokes takes real skill.
Oh, drag down, help yourself, cash in, hit it up into the stands. 6 more, hundreds up. Bolts looking so good for 2 from 2.
Well, the way this top order is going, that middle to late order is not going to be seen ever. This is help yourself. It's still got to get hit, but the form that this man is in, he's not going to miss out.
Yeah, it's a second real kind of old-fashioned long hop, isn't it? I was just sitting up with Monty Desai in the crowd there, the Nepal head coach. Good googly. And he thinks quite a lot of Mousom Tackle, as do I. And his first ball, we were watching it together, he dragged it down and it was hammered away for 4. And Monty turned to me and said, nerves. Real nerves. Has had a couple of caps for the national side. That was when Sandeep Lamachani was out of action. He's got lots of talent, but he just drags a few down. And Malantha, oh, that's the biggest of the day, maybe. Over the grandstand, over the 2 tiers. The second 6 of the over, it's 110 for 1.
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स। यसमा पोइन्ट छ। सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क, सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई। प्रस्तुत छ 10 Plast, अटुट जोड, मजबुत सम्बन्ध। 10 Plast pipes, fittings, tanks, member of 10 Group.
3 sides that we haven't seen yet tomorrow. That's the Sudha Prashim Royals, who've really lit up social media, the most followed side on social. I think Dipendra Singh Airi, their marquee player's got a little bit to do with that. And then we'll see the Poker Avengers. We're sharing the official tournament hotel with them, aren't we, at the Salty? The likes of Michael Leask, I'm really looking forward to seeing his skills. Raymond Reefer too. Plenty of talent in their squad. And Kushal Bertel at the top. Ever stylish to watch. It means that we're going to have to wait all the way until Wednesday to finally see the Lumbini Lions in action. But the best things in life, I suppose, they're worth waiting for. And it will be the captain of the country himself, Rohit Paudel, the captain of the Lions, that we will not see until Wednesday. And already they'll be 4 points behind the Janakpur Bolts the way the Bolts are going. Been excellent, they really have. Turn back to Zishan Maqsood now. Sampal Kami. I'd like to see Nandan Yadav back on.
By the time the Lions play, the Bolts might be in the playoffs already.
Most glorious day here now. Sun starting to drift towards those hills across to our right. I got in real trouble one of the first times I came here to commentate. And the reason I got in trouble, Hilton, was that I came in, we're sitting in the exact same position we're sitting in now, and the sun was drifting down towards the right of our view. And I said, well, look at this, the beautiful view across to the mountain to the right. And I was commentating with a local guy. There's the commentary position we're in.
A lot of stuff happening here, boys. A lot of stuff happening here, boys.
And I said, that's a beautiful sunset over towards the mountains there. And I was immediately corrected. That's not a mountain. That's a dada. That's a hill. And I'll tell you something. I think those dada to our right are about 2,200 meters elevation. Highest mountain in my entire country is about 1,000 meters high. So for me, it very much was a mountain. But I've never said it since. You can't quite see it, such is the brightness of the sunset. But it's a beautiful scene. Into the slot and out of the ground.
That's
6 more and it's 50. It's the first 50 by a local batter, and fittingly it goes to the captain of the Bolts, Anil Shah.
What a good innings this has been. so controlled in the way he's compiled this innings. Nailed it. Knew it was out the ground from the moment that he hit it. And there's been some big hits, but there's been some lovely batsmanship as well while he's been at the crease. He's known that between boundaries, it's essential to still make that scoreboard tick, and he's been able to knock it around for ones and twos. It really has been an exhibition. He's not done yet.
I love the way he just stood and admired the six and then took every single corner of the ground to respect the adulation that he was receiving. He's had a great 2024. What a year for Anil Kumar Shah.
It's amazing that is, because that's actually really what it is about. I mean, if you go back to the days of Donald Bradman, he stood in the middle of the wicket and acknowledged the entire ground by sort of just circular motion. You're meant to acknowledge the fans. That's what it's about. Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. And given. He's not happy. Malanta, not happy at all. But Zishan has won.
And a little jig of delight from the grand old statesman of Omani cricket. He's also coming maybe towards the autumn, the winter of his career, but he still loves the game. And he's a very canny left-arm spinner. You'd think this matchup would favour Malantha. Has he got it to pitch in line? Yes, he has. Was there bat involved? That's the question. Malantha says there was. The umpire says no. And on your way. Took a while for the finger to go up. There's a bit of an Irish jig to that step from Zishan Maksud. He loved it. Malantha not happy. He can't believe it. He has to trudge off for 24. It's 117 for 2. Big ovation. Jimmy Neesham to the crease. Absolute icon of New Zealand cricket and the white ball franchise game. That's his T20I numbers around the world. Very much a kind of utility player for New Zealand. But a fine ODI career too. You think of the 2019 final he was a part of. He is happy to keep out his first delivery. It's a wicket taking over. 117 for 2.
So 20 overs have been bowled.
Tapayko Asli Energy Red Bull Asli Nerozum.
Is Dove really different from soap? Ordinary soap dries itself over time, but Dove is different. Get your radiance with Dove.
Vivo.
Making it look a lot easier than the Yaks did in that first innings. Their total of 141 looked highly unlikely until a 7th wicket partnership between the captain Sampal Kami, who struck 29 off just 13, and a really good contribution from both Gulshan Jha and Arjun Gartry guided that total, which we thought could be a competitive one, but the bolts have made it look anything but. Now, Sampal Kami has had a difficult day with the bowlman for 27 from 2 for him. He brings himself back into the attack. And it's a change of ends now to the pavilion, the TU end of the ground. Let's get another look at this LBW. Malantha was trying to tell us that he hit it. He wasn't happy.
He felt he got a little scratch on there, a little inside edge. I must admit, if I was an umpire and a batter showed me his inside edge, I'd also give it out.
Yeah, and of course you have to remember, no DRS, so umpire's decision very much final. We have it for the boundary checks, the line calls, but not for the LBWs. Here's a view of the field. You can see 2 in the deep on the leg side and 3 in the deep on the off deep third, just going back now to make it the 3 out on the offside. Yeah, challenging day, captaining the Axe for the first time today for Sampal Kami. In reality, his batters let him down, didn't they, as this one challenges Nisham.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for him and Arjun, this match would already be over. I'm a little bit surprised by this choice of stroke from Nisham, because I think he's been sent in to say, look, we've got this game covered. Just get a little feel of the surface here so that you can impress us going forward. But by all accounts, he doesn't have the same idea. And I do think that he would be happy that Sampal Kami's bowling to him rather than spin up front.
Yeah, Jimmy Neeson saying actually 4 balls, 4 sixes, off we go. 2 from 2. That'll do nicely into the team. There is a lot of protection out there, but it evades Babar Hyatt. Actually 3 in the deep in the leg side, isn't there? Deep mid-wicket that I missed a moment ago. And it's a Super 4 powered by Ncell 4G.
The problem for Sampal Kami here is that's got nowhere near the middle of the bat for Jimmy Neesham. He's looking from anywhere from mid-off, or long off and long on, and if he doesn't quite get to it, depending on the length of the ball, will depend on how square the stroke goes. But if Sampal Kami bowls a length ball here, this could go over mid-wicket and could go a long way.
Good comeback, a Yorker from Sampal Kami. He was the hero in the 3-match T20I series for Nepal against USA. He was given the tall task of defending just 6 from the final over, and he sent it to a super over. Outstanding piece of bowling. Then he bowled the super over, and he bowled them out in the super over. I think it was for 4. Got 2 wickets, and then Nepal chased it in 2 balls. That was part of a 3-0 clean sweep, a historic first ever series sweep away from home for Nepal at the Grand Prairie Stadium there in just outside Dallas in Texas. But then problems in the ODI format continued after that. Such an important league, that Cricket World Cup League 2. Nepal have had a really interesting 2024. They've had some moments of brilliance, but overall they might be a little disappointed with how they've gone compared to 2023. So they'll look to use this platform now, the MPL, to build a better and more memorable 2025 with 3 very important League 2 series to play in. And Kami will be a big part of that as always. End of the 14th, it's 123 for 2.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys र ग्यास हब्सले बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Himstar for a complete home.
Just a fair indication of how this game has panned out. Well, that worm on the screen should give you very much of clarity. That red worm is just moving north and upwards, leaving the blue worm far behind. Wow, this has been a dominant effort by the bowls, looking good to make it 2-2, and they look like the side to beat in the tournament right now, very early in this competition. PhD Ackerman alongside me, 19 of 36.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Neesham swings for the bleachers here against the left arm spin of Zishan, because this is in his wheelhouse. Left arm spin to left-hander.
You said it, HD. Yeah, that's great prophecy. That's a 4. And that's a 4 to begin with.
He's only got 4 there, the big New Zealander, but he's looking to hit this out the ground. He's looking to test those that are in attendance. This is just a smear over mid-wicket. so difficult for the left arm spinner to bowl over the wicket to the left-hander. You really do bowl it into his hitting zone.
There's not much you can do as a bowler. And now there's a change of side here for the bowler. Comes around the wicket, creating an angle. Good use of the speed. Nicely fielded in the deep. Yeah, they're running away with this game. They're riding high on a sea of confidence at the moment, the bowls, and quite like the ultraviolet F77. Imagine that the intersection of design and technology. Ultraviolet automotive brings the future of mobility to today's discerning sports motorcycling enthusiasts. I wouldn't mind a ride on that one. HD, you and me around Kathmandu. Oh, that's gone the distance. He's drilled that. That's disappeared as well. Go fetch it, says Anil Kumar Shah. He's batted with a lot of authority. And look at that for connection as well with the bat.
He's played so well. And just said to Jimmy Neesham, I don't know what it is about you big left-handed New Zealanders and not being able to clear our boundaries here at the TU. Let me show you how it's done.
Another very strong performance here by the bowls. They won their first encounter by 8 wickets. Looking good to have a repeat performance in this game as well.
As he so often does, Anil hits one out the ground and then just nudges one away for a single. I'm going to make another prophecy here for you. This stroke could tie the scores.
Right, you've been on cue so far, HD. Where is this one going? Where did that come out from? Jimmy Neesham and the switch hit. HD, we'll have another go at this.
I think that shot should be banned if you're more than 6'2". If you're 6'2" and you have long levers and you play this shot, you should be banned. He needs to hit it over deep mid-wicket or long on. That's more like it. Has he got it? Has he got it? Oh, he has. He has, and ties the scores.
Your prophecy comes through one ball later, but spot on, HD. That's a lovely strike. The long levers coming in handy. And they're one run away from what will be another very fine win. It's 141 for 2.
सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट्स छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs ले बुझेको छ your way of quality living.
Driving this, the Omoda car, salient features here. The Omoda, the fastest growing brand in the world. What a beautiful sight that is. The indicators are flashing, and right now the batters as well in the middle, just flashing the blade all around. Omoda E5 long range SUV, blade battery technology as well.
I think that's more me. I think you're on the motorcycle and I'm in that.
Let's race. HD. It's a beautiful car. I'm sure the interiors as well will be a driver's delight. 1 of 30. Awesome to bowl. He's third. Anil on strike, the captain. What an innings he's played. Carrying his bat till the very end. Missed out with the bat in the last game. Managed only 5 runs and today has shown the way forward and led with example. That's the winning moment here for the Janakpur Bowls. 2 in 2 games, and both the games they won the match with 8 wickets in hand. Another dominant effort, and the dugout will be a very pleased unit. And the man on the frame, the captain of the side, Anil Kumar Shah, has certainly shown the way and got the team across the line. What a day for the Janakpur Bowls, and what an outing so far in this competition.
For 18 overs, they were brilliant with ball in hand. And then the Yaks, well, they had their say for just a couple of overs. But with that, Asif and Anil Kumar Saar were absolutely sensational. The skipper taking them over the line after the failure of the first game. Jimmy Neesham's got a hit. They look a very, very good side. The only negative coming out of their two victories is that the middle order and the late order haven't had a bat yet. They will be needed at some stage in this tournament if they're going to go all the way. But they've got off to the perfect start.
Absolutely, HD.
is